Andy qualified and through to the next round, but a penalty shootout that I don't think many people maybe saw coming at the end.
Yeah, lots of really good things with the ball, and we're improving in possession from the build-up phase, going through the mid-third of the pitch, continue to try to develop to create better chances, and we'll keep plugging away and we'll keep working and we'll keep showing the players, and we'll find different ways to do that. But immensely proud of the whole club tonight, because you finish off that game with 5 academy players, I think 4 first years and 1 second year on the pitch. Planty's already come off, so it's great for the football club that we're managing to blood the young players in this competition, give them valuable experience. Football is like life, unfortunately, it kicks you sometimes, so Jack and Reece will learn from that penalty experience as well. But yeah, immensely proud of everyone out on the pitch tonight, and I think when you've got senior players like we have with Jason Luteweiler, Jason Lowe, Ben Garrity on the pitch, Gavin Massey, it's an incredible example to our younger players of what it takes to be a professional footballer. And I say it isn't all glory and what sometimes fans think it is. It's about making sacrifices, and you're having to do it day in, day out. And so those guys are a great example to the young players coming through the academy of what it takes to have longevity in your career. But as I say, we're now through to the next round, and we'll play Wrexham for whoever tops the table to get the home draw. But yeah, really good, and so Jason saves some penalties, and Connor, when he does it, they usually go over the bar, so Jason's obviously the penalty king now.
There was a bit more needle in it than I think maybe people may have thought as well, because there were a few challenges that were flying in and a few players going down. So was that again a bit of a learning curve for some of the younger lads in there who may not have expected that?
I think when you're playing against an under-21 team, I'm not sure that when their games are being officiated, they're officiated in the same manner as a Football League game. Now, does that then create bad habits for those young players that when they come against league teams, or when they go on loan to a league club, that the game is then refereed in a different way? There were some challenges out there tonight from their team, not from our team, which were bordering on reckless in my opinion, but full credit to our players for not reacting to that, and so we kept 11 players on the pitch.
A word for Jesse Deborah as well. He's had a trying week, that red card this time last week, but he's got back in the team and he scored you a goal again tonight, and I know you've got great hopes of his potential and what he can become. That will have done him the world of good. Yeah,
and so will last year's as well, from a different point of view. A great learning night for him in terms of maybe showing that composure on a yellow card, and in his own words, he gave the referee a decision, although I still thought it was harsh. But yeah, to get 60 minutes tonight continues his fitness development, and we're asking him to do new things perhaps what he hasn't done before, and sometimes as an individual, as a team, we won't get them right, and we'll turn the ball over and we're trying to build, but that's the route we're going down. We're trying to grow a style and identity and a consistency how we're trying to play, and there'll be oohs and ahs from the crowd and some things when it doesn't quite come off, but that's the route we're going down.
Just talk us through the James Wilson incident, because obviously I know we've talked about strikers and whatnot, but you did play one tonight, and it's sod's law that he comes off injured. Have you got an update even at this early stage as to what that might be?
No, I haven't. I think it's a calf, and listen, I hope it's nothing serious. We will obviously, like any player, so we'll assess that. But yeah, we're now hopefully going into a break from league action, and it gives us 10-11 days to continue to work on the fitness of some players and get them back into the group, and also give some players a well-deserved rest, because I think we've done 7 games in 21 days now, and a lot of travelling, etc. So it gives a few players a well-deserved rest. Some players will continue to work to build up their fitness, and then hopefully by the time next week's games comes around, we might have a slightly inflated group.
You talked pre-match about Conor Grant and what the extent of that might be. For the people who may not have heard that, just bring us up to date what the situation is with Conor at the moment.
He obviously came off on Saturday's game with a calf issue. He thought he heard a pop, which is never a good sign. He's had a scan this afternoon. We're awaiting the results of that scan. We don't know yet but there's enough concern regarding that injury.
And of course that isn't something that could clear up in the next few weeks, depending on the severity of it as well. But that would tend to make you think that he's one that might not be with you for quite a while.
That's the initial reaction from the medical team. Yeah, that a week and 10 days is not going to recover that calf, so it's important that we look at alternative solutions to that position, and Mitch has done very well there tonight. Lasted the full game, looked really strong and making runs toward the end, and he converts the pressure penalty. So yeah, we have to look at alternative things, and that's what we'll do.
Just to mention the other couple, Ryan Loft and Uchi, because obviously of what's happened to James as well, hopefully that's not too bad. Where are they in terms of their recovery and fitness at the moment?
Yeah, they're doing pitch-based work with the rehab department, so that they're continuing to work, and they will do for the rest of this week. And then we'll see how both players are next week. But I think Uchi is certainly behind Ryan in terms of coming to the group full time and being available for games.
And last thing, just to finish on the positive, because I know we've just talked a few negative things there, but to finish on a positive, it's another thing for the football club to keep going in this competition, because while it's got its critics, it earns money, it gives you a chance at Wembley, and to be able to get through to the next round, it generates a little bit of momentum and some cash for you as well.
Yeah, it does those two things, and it also gives young players a chance to play first team football and continue their development, and give game time to people perhaps haven't been selected for league football. So yeah, for me it's a win-win. You've got to look at it in a positive way. It's like any game, we prepared in exactly the same way. We give Newcastle absolute respect. We've got the analysts watching under-21 games, so we've done our full work as we normally would do. And again, our preparation for penalties is decent, and it gets us that extra point, which gets us through to the next stage of competition.